This is Plant-Based Briefing, Peeks Behind the Egg Industry Curtain by Dr. Michael Greger at nutritionfacts.org. And I'm your host, Marian Erickson, and this is the curated content Plant-Based Podcast, where I narrate a variety of articles on plant-based, vegan, compassionate, eco-friendly living with permission in about 10 minutes or less every weekday. And today's article is by Dr. Michael Greger, who's a physician, a New York Times bestselling author, an internationally recognized speaker on nutrition, food safety, and public health issues. He founded nutritionfacts.org, which is a non-commercial, science-based public service to provide free updates on the latest in nutrition research. There's a lot of confusing and conflicting nutritional advice out there, usually presented by people with a financial interest. So Nutrition Facts summarizes the latest in peer-reviewed nutrition and health research with no conflicts of interest. There are no ads, no corporate sponsorships, and 100% of all proceeds he has ever received from his books, DVDs, and speaking engagements have always and will always be donated to charity. So now let's get to today's plant-based briefing. Peeks Behind the Egg Industry Curtain by Dr. Michael Greger at nutritionfacts.org. The American Egg Board is a promotional marketing board appointed by the U.S. government whose mission is to increase demand for egg and egg products on behalf of U.S. egg producers. If an individual egg company wants to run an ad campaign, they can say pretty much whatever they want. But if an egg corporation wants to dip into the $10 million the American Egg Board sets aside for advertising every year, because the board is overseen by the federal government, corporations are not allowed to lie with those funds. This leads to quite revealing exchanges between egg corporations that want to use that money and the USDA on what egg companies can and cannot say about eggs. Thanks to the Freedom of Information Act, I was able to get my hands on some of those emails. Of course, a lot of what I got were pages with nearly all of the text blacked out. You can see these in my video, Who Says Eggs Aren't Healthy or Safe, linked here. But I did find some illuminating correspondence. For example, one email shows an egg company trying to put out a brochure on healthy snacking for kids. But because of existing laws against false and misleading advertising, the head of the USDA's poultry research and promotion programs reminds the company that eggs or egg products cannot be couched as being healthy or nutritious. Quote, "The words nutritious and healthy carry certain connotations, and because eggs have the amount of cholesterol they do, plus the fact that they're not low in fat, the words healthy and nutritious are problematic," unquote. This is the United States Department of Agriculture saying this. However, the USDA official helpfully suggests, quote, "I believe you can say something that's just as strong if not stronger, that it is naturally nutrient-dense," unquote. Why can we say eggs are nutrient-dense but not nutritious? Because there's no legal definition of nutrient-dense. We can say Twinkies and Coca-Cola are nutrient-dense, but legally we can't say something is nutritious unless it's actually nutritious. For example, the egg industry wanted to run an ad calling eggs a nutritional powerhouse that aids in weight loss. The USDA had to remind the industry that they can't portray eggs as a diet food because of the fat and cholesterol content. In fact, eggs have nearly twice the calories of anything that can be called low-calorie. Nutritional powerhouse can't be used either. Fine, the industry said, they'll move to Plan B and headline the ad, Egg-Exceptional Nutrition. They couldn't say that either because, again, given the saturated fat and cholesterol, you can't legally call eggs nutritious. So the headline ended up as, Find True Satisfaction. And instead of weight loss, they had to go with, Can Reduce Hunger. The USDA congratulated them on their cleverness. Yes, a food that when eaten can reduce hunger. What a concept. They can't even say eggs are relatively low in calories. Can't say eggs are low in saturated fat. They're not. Can't say they're relatively low in fat. They're not. Can't even call them a rich source of protein because, according to the USDA, they're not. It's illegal to advertise that eggs pack a nutritional wallop or that they have a high nutritional content. Eggs have so much cholesterol we can't even say they contribute nutritionally. Can't say eggs are healthful. Certainly can't say they're healthy. Can't even say eggs contribute healthful components. Since we can't say eggs are a healthy start to the day, the USDA suggests a quote-unquote satisfying start. Egg corporations can't call eggs a healthy ingredient, but they can call eggs a recognizable ingredient. Can't truthfully say eggs are good for us either. By law, according to the USDA, the egg industry, quote, needs to steer clear of words like healthy or nutritious, unquote. For a food to be labeled healthy under FDA rules, it has to be low in saturated fat, eggs fail that criteria, and have less than 90 milligrams of cholesterol per serving. Even half an egg fails that test. For the same reason we can't tout ice cream for strong bones, we can't say eggs are healthy because they exceed the threshold for cholesterol. Egg corporations aren't even allowed to say things like, eggs are an important part of a well-balanced healthy diet on an egg carton, because it would be considered misleading according to the USDA's National Egg Supervisor, since eggs contain significant amounts of fat and cholesterol and therefore can contribute to the leading killer in the United States, heart disease. The industry can't afford to tell the truth about the eggs, or even the hens that lay them. The industry crams 5 to 10 birds in cages the size of a file cabinet their whole lives, but when providing footage to the media, the American Egg Board instructs, quote, do not show multiple birds in cages, they look too crowded and open us up to activism criticism, unquote. Not only is the industry barred from saying eggs are healthy, they can't even refer to eggs as safe, because more than 100,000 Americans are food poisoned by salmonella from eggs every year. The Egg Board's response to this egg-borne epidemic is that, quote, salmonella is a naturally occurring bacterium, unquote. An internal egg industry memo didn't think that should necessarily be the key message, fearing that it may be counterproductive by implying there is no avoiding salmonella in eggs aside from avoiding eggs altogether. The food poisoning risk is why the American Egg Board can't even mention anything but eggs cooked hard and dry. No soft-boiled, no over-easy, no sunny side up, because of the salmonella risk. The American Egg Board's own research showed that the sunny side up cooking method should be considered unsafe. In light of bird flu viruses, both the white and yolk must be cooked firm. The VP of Marketing for the Egg Board complained to the USDA, saying they'd really like to not have to dictate that the yolks are firm, and cites a Washington Post article saying runny yolks may be safe for everyone except pregnant women, infants, elderly, or those with chronic disease. It turns out it was a misquote. Eggs can't be considered safe for anyone. Instead of safe, they can call eggs quote-unquote fresh, the USDA marketing service helpfully suggests, but they can't call eggs safe, and they can't say eggs are safe to eat. They can't even mention safety at all. Wait a second, not only can eggs not be called healthy, they can't even be called safe? Says who? Says the United States Department of Agriculture. For more peeks behind the egg industry curtain, see these videos linked here. Eggs and cholesterol, patently false and misleading claims. Eggs versus cigarettes and atherosclerosis. Eggs and choline, something fishy. Eggs, choline, and cancer. Eggs and diabetes, and egg industry blind spot. You just listened to Peeks Behind the Egg Industry Curtain by Dr. Michael Greger at nutritionfacts.org. And I'm your host, Marian Erickson. There is so much misinformation around eggs, thanks to the marketing might of the egg industry. People think they're even high protein, but one egg has only 6 grams of protein. 2 tablespoons of peanut butter have 7, and a slice of whole grain bread has 5. So there are healthy and safe ways to get your protein. Please share this episode with anyone who's still eating eggs. And thanks for listening.